Hi, everyone. We have author Ashlie Gibbs here, and she's going to tell us a little bit about herself.
Hi, I hope everybody's doing great. Yeah, my name's Ashlie Gibbs. I am a mystery spy thriller author. I've been writing for honestly since I was 10 years old. So I've been so far in this game for a while. I've published, I'd probably say 6 books, but I would probably say that was finding out my journey as to what type of genre I want to get into. So super excited to be here, talk about the books that I am currently working on and finished, and really hopefully you guys, want to go out and get a copy and enjoy this labor of love that I put into it.
Yes, I'm excited. And what inspired you to start writing?
It's really funny. I was watching a movie on TV and it was an action movie. I think it was like Jason Bourne or something. And I was like, why is it that the men are always the one with the problems and the females, we just kind of fall behind and we have to be the ones to pick up and run behind them for everything? I said, where's the female lead at? Where's the female who can kick butt, take names, and they got to follow behind her and figure everything out. So that's kind of originally what inspired me to just start writing. I had all these cool ideas and I said, well, how can I remember them? And I originally got this in sync notebook from my mom as a gift. And I wrote basically every page out, just making up stories, fan fiction, all that stuff. And that's really how the journey started when I was around 10 years old into my journey to mystery spy thriller author.
Wow. Congratulations. Are you self-published?
I am. I started my own company, Ashlie Gibbs LLC, and I published under that so I can basically copyright and own everything. So
Okay, congratulations. And how was that journey for you?
it was, the logistical part of it was a learning experience. But I surround myself with really great entrepreneurs and they give me advice. And I didn't even think about getting even my own domain for my website until I was sitting at Panera Bread with a fellow writer and public speaker, Jerome, and he was like, do you have $10? I was like, yeah. And he was like, name.com. The Ashlie Gibbses of the world aren't doing anything. You could be the first. And I paid $10 and that's how that journey started.
Okay, so tell us about your book.
So my first book, of course, is called hashtag I Remember. And this one is true to my heart. This took like over a year to write. And it's really, really about you're learning about Valerie, who is a trained operative. She's having these nightmares because, of course, she's married now. And she wakes up only to find out those aren't nightmares. Those are glimpses of her past profession of being a trained killer. So she's battling basically acute amnesia and she's trying to retrace her steps because someone set her up to die from where she originally worked. And now she's going back to find out who that is. So it's a whirlwind. I'm the queen of plot twists. When you think you have it figured out, you don't. So that's the feedback I've gotten from fans and readers. Because I thought it was going to go this way and then it doesn't. But they just love this journey with Valerie. They love the co-character in there, Casper, who's my favorite to write, who originally started as a guy, and then I got 50 pages in and I didn't like it, and I literally changed Casper to a female, and it worked so much better. So editing changes are a big thing for sure. But that's what the first book's about, and then you slide into the second book because, of course, the first book just leaves you hanging. Then you go to the second book where you learn more about really who's behind it all. You learn about how Valerie became who she is. How did she learn all this stuff? Where does she get all her knowledge and her skills from? And you find out that this is more deep rooted than just a conspiracy theory within her profession. It goes much deeper than that, and her family members are involved in it. So it's a journey. And then the third book comes out June 8th, which I'm super excited for.
Nice, a series. And what formats are these books found in?
Actually, almost all of them. So you got e-read. You can order physical copies from Amazon. Audiobooks for everybody who's like, I don't have time to pick up a book. Well, someone can read it to you. They really enjoyed the audiobook format, so it's available in all of those.
Good, good. And tell everyone where they can purchase your books.
Yes. So no matter what your platform is, it could be you like to read from Barnes and Noble's e-read site. You like to read from Amazon. You like to read Audible, Apple as well, books and their audiobooks. It's on every last one of them. It's over on 60 platforms. So probably whatever you're pulling your books from, that's where it's at.
Okay.
So they can get it from anywhere.
And how did you come up with the title and the cover?
It was really funny because I was at work and I'm so excited to get to work with this person in my day job again because he helped me come up with the title. We were just chatting about the book. I'm telling him what my thoughts are. He's like, man, she's just really trying to remember so much. And I was like, she is. It's like, dang, it's like I remember. And he's like, what if she texts like I don't want to give away the book, but it's like we were kind of talking about the concepts. I was trying to write the end and I said hashtag I remember, like the cryptic message. And he was like, yeah. I was like, so that's how it came, literally in the middle of the floor at work. We were just talking about it. And the cover, I just wanted to do an aesthetic of black and white. And I have a great friend who's in graphic design. And I tell him my concept and he makes it come to life every time. All the words on the front cover of this book are found within the book.
Okay.
So that's one of my favorite parts. That is kind of like all the things people are saying about Valerie is she's trying to remember everything, and all she wants to do is just figure out her own way. So that's really kind of the concept behind it.
Very unique. And how long does it usually take you to finish writing?
This first book, it took me about a year. The second one took me probably about 6 months. And then this third one took me about a year. So anywhere between 6 months to a year, depending on how much time I have. And writer's block is real. I don't care what any author says. It's real. So that's the creative blocks you got to get over and get back into it. So sometimes I can drag it out a little bit.
Okay. So when you are experiencing writer's block, do you just stop and do something else?
I do. I'm really odd with that. I'll stop and I have a fan fiction book that I write in for fun. That's like over 600 pages. I think it's to 1,000 now. And only my best friend reads that. It's just me and her.
Okay.
And I'll go write in that for like 20 pages and then be like, oh, okay, I have an idea. Let me go back to the book I'm supposed to be writing in. So that's usually how it works. I start something else and never finish it. And I come back to the stuff I need to finish.
Okay. And who's your favorite character?
Oh, if we were just talking about the first book, I would say Valerie. But now that I'm on the third book and that's done and in editing phases, Casper is my favorite character. She is hilarious. I love a little bit of sarcasm humor in my books. I like people to laugh along the way a little bit. So she's becoming my favorite character with her banter and her side comments. It's hilarious.
Okay. And what do you hope readers take away from reading your books?
I love that question because before I even start writing, I always ask, how do I want my readers to feel when they get done? How do I want my readers to feel when they get through each section of the book? And I'm one of those people, I want them to feel like I need more. Like I want more. Wait, what happens next? We just stop here. And that's kind of how people were feeling after the first book. I saw the ahas or the, you're kidding me. And they were just like, I had a military wives book club read it. And she just left this comment on Amazon that was hilarious. And she said she laid the book down and her husband read the back and now he's reading it. And she was like, I thought it was going to go this way and it didn't. Oh my gosh, where's the second book? I got to order it now. And that's what I want. I want that I got to know what's happened next feeling, for sure. So that's that excitement behind it all.
Okay. And tell everyone where they can find you on social media.
Yes. So my first and last name, easy to find me on Twitter. It's the Ashlie Gibbs. I rather say but the, if I want to sound super proper. And I'm on Instagram with just my first and last name, Ashlie Gibbs. And then I have a Facebook authors page where I put up where I do book signings and things like that, as well as Gibbs Ashlie. So it's backwards.
Okay, thank you. And is there anything else that you would like to tell us about your books?
I think the biggest thing that I try to tell people is this genre is one that's dominated mostly by men. The Tom Clancy's of the world and all of them, and they're great writers. I think, I was just talking to a director today and we were talking about my books. And the number one thing that I said to him is like, how many Black directors do you see directing like, mystery spy thrillers or action movies like that besides what we've seen Ryan Coogler do? And he was like, none really. I said, with a female lead on top of that. So I think the biggest thing is I want everybody to enjoy it, leave reviews. I love hearing from the fans when they read it. It fuels me. I take their feedback. I make the changes. And as long as there's a story to tell, there's always going to be a book to write. That's my saying.
Nice. And how has being a writer helped you as a person?
It's really challenged me creatively. I think that that's the biggest thing. Writers, our minds don't shut off. I don't care what anyone says. It'll be 3 o'clock in the morning and I'll be walking to go get a bottle of water and I'll have an idea. And I had to learn now to start writing stuff down because I'll forget it. but it's really challenged me creatively. It's matured me more creatively as well. You know, I'm getting my PhD, so I write in a scholarly voice and then I write in a creative voice, and I have to make sure those two things stay separate. But it's really kind of helped each other. How I challenge myself as a scholarly writer has helped challenge me as a creative writer, and really just making sure I'm aware of what my fans and the readers want. And I think that that's the biggest thing. Is I don't believe in fluff. I hate it. Um, I can't stand fluff. If I read a book personally and there's fluff in there, I'm gonna skip those pages, and I don't want anyone to skip pages in my book. So that's where I kind of feel is it really challenged me to be more authentic and really give myself to the people more so.
Okay. And are you an old school writer? Is it pen and paper or is it laptop and phone?
Oh man, I will say I'm a millennial, so it's a little bit of both. I'm a mixture of both. I type on a computer. I used to be a horrible typer, and then I got better. But when I pre-edit, I print out and I do everything by hand. So that I'm a mixture. I've written on my phone before when I just kept getting ideas and I was nowhere near my computer. So thank God for Apple. Everything syncs to the cloud. So I'm just up there typing, sometimes like walking through the hallway and they're like, Ashley's texting someone. I was like, no, I was actually writing in my book.
I heard you when you said that. You write everything down. That's the best way. When you get those ideas, you grab your phone, right?
Yep, 100%. These little things can run an entire business if you want it to.
Absolutely. And are you a reader as well?
I am. I'm an avid reader. As of late, I've been reading a lot of peer-reviewed journals for my major in my dissertation program. But normally, I still have Cool Story in my library card from when I was 5 years old. I love going to the library around the corner from where I live. My dad is an avid reader, so I get it from him. He was in the military, so he got my library card set up when I was 5. Then turned it over to me. And I remember using it, not even as of late, every summer I read. I'm a Greek mythology type person. I love mystery spy thrillers as well, but I read Oedipus Rex like 5 times one summer.
Okay.
And the lady's like, you have the classic library card. These joints, they don't make them like this anymore. She's banging it on the table. And I'm like, can you not do that? So that's my niche. I do love to read for sure.
Okay. Well, thank you, Miss Ashlie, for joining me.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate this so much.
You're welcome.